Hello, good afternoon. You might see a skink, S-K-I-N-K, kind of appear above the ledge over there. There he is. Here he comes. They're here every day. There's several of them. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about, my son's going through our, we both have, but going through our history, our lineage, and who's who and what's what. And looking back, there were some rebels back then. I have all four of my grandparents' lineage trace back to the Revolutionary War. So we have been here since the beginning. I had 2 out of the 4 trace back. Now I have 4 out of the 4 trace back. One of them came over, was a Quaker. So that's not shocking, really, if you knew my grandmother and how devout she was. Anyway, looking at some of the information having to do with the Revolutionary War, some of the other wars, then my grandparents who were here, World War II, Korea, my parents were Vietnam, especially World War II and World War I. And, what is it like to be at war, thinking about it. Now, the Revolutionary War, it's on our soil. So that would be, pretty intense. But let's just think about some of the things the families dealt with when it comes to being at war. You have relatives that you cannot see, and you worry about. You can't get to them. They can't get to you. You have financial issues, of course. There's a strain on your country, your community, having to do with supplies, limitations on food. You can only have so many pounds. You can only have one item. Monetarily, they took mostly what it was valuable from you to support the war effort. A whole lot of fear and a whole lot of doubt. A whole lot of the unknown. And some things that might sound familiar to you. You could only speak in one direction, it was the war effort, etc. If you had any other opinions, those would have been squelched. But back then, the communication wasn't as abundant. All of your information is coming in from the radio and the television. So there's some drawbacks also. But if you really sit and close your eyes and think about it, and all the worries you would have back then if you were at war, and then the added if the war was on your soil, in your country. We have some similarities going on here, and I think people are missing the similarities that we have and what's actually going on. There's an equation, and all that equals today, 2022. So, for those of you who haven't noticed already, some of the things that you're having to consider, your problems with planning ahead, and making plans, your problems with finances, your problems with, especially in the last few years, being able to see your relatives and worried about them and all that's been going on. I think we have some parallels going on here. And it's well worth noting, and it's something you might want to consider. Everybody be prepared. That's all you can do. Speak up, stand up, and do what's right for you and yours and your family. And make sure that you can help when you can, your fellow Americans. And everybody hang in there. I don't know where we're going, and I don't know where we're headed at all. And that false sense of knowing for all these decades, I guess, was kind of a security in a sense. And that's truly gone. But doesn't mean you stop living, doesn't mean you stop pushing forward, doesn't mean you don't find the joys and the moments of everything you can. Step away when you can. Spend time, swim, fish, hunt, go to the movies if you can, play a board game, play cards, play music, cook something for a small group, pull your resources together, call somebody you haven't talked to in a long time. Live is what I'm saying. And unfortunately, always be aware of your surroundings today. You just have to. And keep an ear out on a little bit of what's going on, because it's important. I will talk to y'all later. Have a great day and a great weekend. Get out there and live. Take a walk. Ground yourself. Take off your shoes. Go walking in the grass. Love to you all. Bye for now.